Wake up, wake up, it's time for you to lose the blues. Right, it is time to waken up. No bluesing going on around here. It's a wonderful Monday. That means my partner in crime, my coach this morning is Laura Lee. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Miss Becky.
Happy Monday.
Happy
Got
Monday.
some beautiful sunrise coming up this morning. I'll take it.
Me too.
They're talking 40 degrees. I'll take it.
Warms it up a little.
Yay. All right, and by phone we do have one of our one of our wonderful Washington County commissioners. We have Todd Ewen. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning. How are you, Becky?
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm sure you're wherever you're at. I'm sure you're enjoying this beautiful sunshine coming up, and what a great Monday, right?
Yes, it is.
And we'll take it after the weather that we've been having.
That's right. The sunshine means a lot.
I agree. It makes us feel better for sure. All right, let's thank our sponsors, Laura.
Alrighty, we have Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Skyline Suites, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Purley Wealth Management.
All right, thank you to our great sponsors. This is the 10th day of January. Today is House Plant Appreciation Day.
Ooh, I'm terrible with
Todd, do you care about house plants or?
I like house plants. I don't really have a green thumb when it comes to indoor plants. I'm more of an outside person, but my wife, she certainly likes them, yes.
Yeah. What about you, Laura?
I keep an aloe plant alive. That's about as good as I can do.
I've really been doing really well. I go through this where in wintertime, whenever we're so closed up, everything's so tight, I really believe the houseplants, I want the good toxins coming out. And I don't know why, but my point's at is, like usually by now they're like, we're done. Season's over, Christmas is over, but they're going strong. So I don't have, I'm still like, okay, I feel obligated to take care of you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I do have a big appreciation for inside plants. Yeah. So I'm doing pretty good. There should be good, clean toxins. I have a Great Dane that lets out some bad toxins and a bulldog. So, all right. Anyway, today is also National Bittersweet Chocolate Day. Todd, are you a fan of bittersweet chocolate?
Yes, I am. I like about any kind of chocolate. Yes.
Yeah. Laura, what about you?
No, not so much.
No. I'm with Todd. I will do any. I've never met one I didn't like. It's like a French fry. I didn't think. Okay. National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Todd, are you good about doing that?
Yeah, about twice a year.
Yeah. Laura?
I have an assistant that she is on top of it.
Can I have her?
I know. She's amazing.
We just talked about this before the program about,
Amazing.
That's wonderful.
Amazing.
National Cut Your Energy Cost Day. Love that. A lot of it shows you like solar and that. National Gluten-Free Day. Oh, National Oyster Rockefeller Day. So, Todd, do you like oysters?
Yeah, I do. I actually do. I don't eat them very often, but I certainly do.
All right, Laura?
Occasionally.
There you go. All right. Ooh, Save the Eagles Day. Now, let's brag on our county for this. When you drive Washington County, isn't it just like, how awesome to see those beautiful eagles now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like years ago, we didn't see them. And now, like you can be driving and all of a sudden they're huge. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. They're just like magic when you see one. Yeah.
Yeah, they've certainly made a comeback.
Which I love that. Love that. All right. So get out and enjoy. And those are our holidays today. And yesterday was National Police, Law Enforcement Day. I want to say how blessed we are for our city, county, and state. We are so blessed, and hats off to all of our law enforcement and everybody. All that they do and how well, and we're so blessed to have them.
Yes, we are. They see a lot of ugly things in the world, and they keep right on going, and they know they've got a job to do, and you can't say enough about them. We've got a pretty good bunch in this county.
Absolutely, for sure. All right. Also, giving some news. College football national championship, Georgia at Alabama tonight. It'll be up in Indianapolis. That's a big ordeal for our ordeal. Does that? That's a big thing for our big ordeal for our state, because that's a lot of new people coming into our state, and we get to shine and show them our beautiful state and what we have to offer. So that's going to be going on up in Indianapolis.
Awesome.
Also, the Salem Lions split games Friday and Saturday, and now they sit 4-7 on the season. Friday night, the Lions lost to Orleans 66-38. Saturday night, on a road game to Crawford County, the Lions topped the Wolfpack 77-69. I got to say it real CC Wolfpack. I have to say that every time.
I knew it.
I'm so predictable. The Lions have one game this week, hosting Scottsburg Friday night. The Easterns won both their game, and 11-1 record. They beat Silver Creek Friday night 65-59. The first time in 10 years. Well, that was definitely a victory dance. They play at Austin Saturday night and won 78-61. The Musketeers play at North Harrison Friday night and host the Paley Rams, and home on Saturday night. So the Senators dropped both weekend games, including one at a double overtime, and sit 2-9 on the season. And we've got more action going on this week. Basketball. So we will keep you posted on that. The Hoosiers travel to Iowa Thursday night at 9 p.m. start. IU's 12-3 overall and 3-2 in the conference play. Purdue's game Tuesday night has been postponed due to COVID concerns with Michigan's team. The Boilermakers play at Penn State Saturday, and they played at Penn State Saturday and won 74-67. They'll be hosting Nebraska Friday night at 6:30. So, and the Colts ended their season yesterday, 26-11 loss at Jacksonville, and the Super Bowl will be played Sunday, February the 13th in California. So I think we all need to do a road trip.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Great.
Yeah, so there we go in our sports action and everything. So you said you had nothing to do. We'll change that real quick. But we do have our commissioner. Let's jump right in. Todd Ewen, one of our wonderful commissioners. We know we also have you set with Rick Roberts and, of course, Philip Marshall. We're fans of all three of you and the great jobs you do for our county. But let's talk a little bit about last time we spoke. Actually, it was warmer temperatures, and there was actually going to be some new air systems put into the courthouse. So let's give some updates on that.
Yes, they are working on that. In fact, this morning we've had a few minor setbacks of a week or two due to the availability of copper, believe it or not. So they are working this morning, and we hope they'll be close to the deadline. The deadline's going to be up about, I think, the middle of May, 1st of June. So barring any unforeseen problems with materials, so we should be able to stay on schedule. And this is going to put individual units in basically about all of the rooms in the courthouse, so we can be rid of these unsightly air conditioning units that are hanging out the windows. I think there were 19. There was 19 of them. So we'll be rid of those, and they were causing some damage to the windows because of the condensation, and you know how an air conditioner will drip and due to condensation, and it causes lots of issues on these nice wooden windows we have in the courthouse. So we're still pretty much on schedule, and hopefully have things wrapped up by early summer.
Yes, absolutely. And that is something that, so many people had concerns with the window units, and they didn't like the looks of them, but also not just looks, but for what they're doing to the windows, themselves, and trying to repair that. We know that any kind of repairs like that can be costly, and if we can avoid those in the future, and of course, then going back to also the materials, I think everybody knows that that's a huge ordeal trying to get supplies and demand on some materials.
Yes, it's kind of been rough in some instances. Just almost anything you can name, it seems like it's in short supply every time you turn around. And of course, when it is in short supply, it kind of makes you wonder, is that just an excuse to do some price gouging? Something we've talked about a little bit amongst ourselves here in county government. What do? You can't hold a gun on your supplier and say, well, look, I want the 2019 price. It's hurting everyone. It's having a bigger impact on things than what people realize. And from my end, being a farmer, it certainly caused us some pain. So we'll just muddle through it. Hopefully, get better someday.
Right. Well, I think that's a good reminder. I think everybody's feeling that. I think I think in businesses are feeling that for sure. But I guess we always have to say, like, when something like this, we have to trust the process and know that, that when it gets done, that it will save money and, eventually start saving money for the courthouse, and will be much better and be much more efficient. And so it's just bringing the courthouse up to date, which I'm so happy, and I think our community is so happy anytime we take wonderful care of our beautiful courthouse. We're so blessed with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we kind of recommitted ourselves back about 2015 into trying to do some repairs and major maintenance problems that we were having to the courthouse, and with the roof and the masonry, and then with this HVAC, and not to mention, I can't say enough about a gentleman who I guess he has since moved away, but was pretty much a lifelong resident of this community. That's Mr. Chris Bundy, who came in and did a lot of renovation as far as painting, and basically redecorated the courthouse, and did this on his own time, and he had several people help him, some volunteers, but he did most of it himself. And what he did, if you'd have put a dollar amount on it, I'd hate to think it would probably be close to $100,000.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah.
It's beautiful work.
Well, and he used attention to detail, which that's what I love. Love is in the detail, and and he brought out things that we maybe hadn't noticed, parts with the paints and the different colors and different. I guess what am I trying to say? The structure. I mean, he did a fantastic job. I'm 100% with you. I think, and Laura is too. We agree with that. Well, and we're happy. You said 2015. We're happy that those decisions were being made, because there was some concern, and we know that. And it is an older building, and nothing is cheap when you start using the words antique. Anytime you talk about older and try and find materials to match. Anytime you're talking to that, the prices start going up, and we're glad those decisions were made. All right, Todd, let's talk about the roundabout. This is exciting because I think it's gone over wonderful. Todd?
I think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
But I mean, do you realize? I mean, it's kind of like, we've really not talked about this much, because it was like, okay, whenever they first brought, I'll never forget, at City Hall, they first brought the possible, or the different plans of it, and kind of gone over it, and was just introducing it, and people were not happy. This community was not happy about it.
For I don't care either way about roundabouts. I do them, whatever. But I was very concerned if we would be able to make it work here. And they have definitely proved me wrong. Every time I go that direction, I'm thinking, and now I'm like, it's just the roundabout. They'll be fine. And they are. I've not seen or had any issues. I drive it every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of an impatient driver at times, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing, and I certainly like it because I don't have to stop most of the time anyway. I mean, there are times you do, but 3/4 of the time you can just keep right on moving.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I guess I think it was because it was a new concern, and I think we had some concerns because it was something new.
Well, it's
And
not common around here either.
right.
I
We
think
ain't
that was
we
a
ain't
big-
never had one of those.
We aren't city folk.
And then, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you can drive the square, you can drive the roundabout, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
In a
We've been
sense.
practicing.
In a
In a
sense,
sense, we've been
it's
practicing. You know what I mean,
different.
for years and didn't even realize it, right?
Well, if I remember right, if I look back at history, there has been a courthouse here since about 1816, I believe. You know, of course, the county was formed in 1814, but I believe about 1816 or 17, we've always had a courthouse, and we've always had a square, and we've always had a road around it, and we've actually had a roundabout for over 200 years. We just didn't know it.
No one told us. We never called it that, but yeah, it's exactly right. So, okay, so it's kind of it's you know, but now we've got it, and everybody is just cool with it all. It has gone over absolutely, and we pray that it does do what it's supposed to do as far as keeping those wrecks down. And if it is, it's a fender bender, not a big big head on, but for those that maybe were not so nice, Todd, just out of curiosity, okay? For those,
You're never getting an apology.
are you going to? Does anybody come up to you and say I was wrong? You know, I mean, maybe I should have. This isn't so bad, or does anybody say you guys were right on target? Is anybody giving you a pat on the back?
Well, we don't really get that many comments about it. I did have a few concerns before it was built.
Right.
But, you know, after the fact, no, there has not been anybody come up to me and say, hey, I was wrong. But, no, I can't say that anybody.
I think during the
anybody
process,
has said, hey,
praying for it to just be done.
It's great. And,
yeah. Well, I just wonder, because I believe in, for those that were nervous about it or not maybe so kind about it, and then realize that we can do this, so it's not so bad. You just wonder, you wonder if those people, come up. I believe in positive, and shooting out positives. If you're gonna say what you feel on the negative, then make sure you do show the positives. And the positives are, we can do this, and it's not too bad for the community. We're okay with this. And I've actually seen on social media where people are actually giving it good comments now and saying that they're happy about it and it's okay, and it's not too painful.
Yeah, it didn't destroy life.
Yeah, life went on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that morning that it was completed, the next day, if I'm not mistaken, the sun, it went ahead and came up, and life goes on.
It did. Well, I do want to say, it's actually bigger than what you think, because I had said this, but I was with my son-in-law, and he had this huge trailer, and I was in the back seat, and he was like, we're just going to go around the roundabout, and of course I thought, there's no way, we are not going to be able to do this. And he just went right on through, and actually had room on sides, and I was like, I cannot believe we just took this big trailer through there. So I do want to say that it's a blessing, because it's big enough to get trailers and mother-in-laws that are scared to death. I thought we are going to ramp this. Thought we were going to do some Dukes of Hazzard there, but we didn't. We right on through like butter. But anyway, I do want to. I know we're being, but I want to bring out what a blessing and how awesome, and sometimes we can learn new things that actually work better in our everyday life that we maybe didn't see as such a good thing, right?
That's right, and I think you said a mouthful earlier. It's change, and of course none of us like change, but we have to give things a chance.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure. So all right, so yay about the roundabout. We got that in motion, and we've got our bypass open again, so that's all a good thing. And let's talk about the ambulance service and give some updates on that. But also, what a blessing for there to be an emergency to the, to the east part of our county, and what a blessing that we do have the bypass. We do have that access to that, and I did not. I mean, that how much we use that now.
Yeah, that the bypass has certainly helped, and like you say, as far as a emergency or something like that, whether it be the sheriff's department or state police or city, in the ambulance service or fire, it has certainly helped and cut down on potential congestion you might have with traffic going through town, and we'll probably never know for sure, but I'm sure the bypass, when it's all said and done, will save lives because of that.
Yes, I agree. Well, seconds matter and seconds count when it comes to medical, and what a blessing. And that we do have such a have this. And on the ambulance, is there any changes or anything going on with that? Any updates on that? Or
we did appoint a new director, a young lady by the name of Chelsea Putman, and she seems to be doing a good job. We did that back before Christmas.
Okay.
And the morale is good, and everything seems to be going very well, and she's young and energetic, and I think she's going to do a great job. In fact, maybe in the next coming months we could get her on the radio, and everyone could get to know her a little bit and find out more about her. But she's a top-notch lady.
I love that. Is she from around here? Or
she's from Scott County.
Okay.
I think she's considering moving into the Washington County area, but that due to the housing thing, I don't know how that's going to work out. But I believe I was told she has intentions of trying to move into the county. So
awesome.
Good thing. And of course, our assistant director is Mike Spurgeon, and of course he's been around several years, and I think they complement one another with his experience, and she can always go to him if she has any questions about something within the county or the way they did it years ago. Of course, just because some of the old ways maybe they're not as popular as they used to be, sometimes they work better. You have to give them a chance. You have to do a little experimenting, and of course, like I say, Mike's been around a long time. He's made a career of this, and we're just happy to have him. Like I say, I think they complement one another very well, and we're just very pleased so far with how things are going.
Awesome. Well, I like it too. It sounds like they complement each other because he's more seasoned. He's going to bring some ideas, and then she's going to bring some new ideas to the table. So it sounds like that's a good complement to each other.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. All right, and let's talk about maybe some road work in 2022. Everybody likes to know about the roads and and keep updated with our roads.
Well, we plan on probably doing about the same amount of paving as what we did last year. I think we ended up doing about somewhere around 12 miles per district. So I think we had close to 35 miles. There have been years past that we've done around 40 or a little more, but we had to do a little rearranging within the budget. Once again, back to the supply and demand problem, we had to make sure that we've got to have trucks. So there's always been some questions of the availability, not so much of the trucks, but the steel bodies, the dump beds that go on them. And we made a decision early last year to divert some of the paving money into some trucks that we needed to replace. did it a little bit maybe earlier than what we normally would, but we were afraid that we might have to be waiting a year or 18 months, and we can't be running down the road here with worn out trucks and have breakdowns when we've got slick roads and things. So we have to be flexible. Sometimes we have to alter our plans, and we did. So that those roads that we did not pave last year because of the money we diverted to the trucks will be back on the list this year. So we just kind of delayed things a year for some roads, but we're still paving, like I say, close to 30, 35 miles a year, and that's a far cry better than what we were doing, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago when we were lucky to pave 3 or 4 miles a year. So,
wow,
progress.
Definitely. Well, and I think that was good. Somebody had good forethought because vehicles are very difficult right now, and to go ahead and get those and have those, and I don't, the supply and demand there, and then now you have whatever you need to use to get the roads done. So
yeah, we've had let's see, I believe 3 or 4 of these trucks in since back late last fall, and we are waiting to take delivery of 3 of them right now because the beds aren't ready yet. They're just so far behind. So we're kind of sitting in limbo. Like I said earlier, not like you can hold a gun on somebody's head when it comes to price or availability and said, hey, you said you'd have this at this date, and it's 6 months from now, and I still don't have it. Well, what are you going to do?
Right. Well, yeah. Suck it up, Buttercup. Right. Well, that's part of it. So as far as we've got some new trucks, and so we're looking for some new roads, and of course anybody that has any roads that because we've got a lot of roads in this county, and if there's a road that someone might have concern, it's nice to bring it to yours or Rick or Philip's attention just to make sure that you're aware of it, right? If there's a
That's right. None of us enjoy these phone calls, but on the other hand, the county highway department guys, even though they run the roads constantly, a lot of times these problems literally come up overnight, and especially, when it comes to flooding and things like that. So, yes, I don't want to, I don't want to tell anybody that, hey, don't be afraid to make that phone call because, it could be a safety hazard, and
sure.
That's what we're here for. And we, like I say, we don't like getting the calls, but that's just a necessary evil. And sometimes the general public is, they are our eyes and ears out here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it can be a help when they do call in.
Well, I'm a firm believer of see something, say something, so that if you can help someone else. But we are into flooding has been a big concern. We have some roads that really do, get quite a bit of water. And of course, we're going to be talking about, and we talk about this all the time for where we live at, we're in the negatives, and then we go to 40 degrees, are we go hot to cold. And then, that's a hard take on our roads. That's hard on concrete or pavement, or it's hard to not get those cracks and to get those potholes, and that's something that happens. And so if like you said, they can occur very fast, very quickly. So come up on one and it's like huge, then please let someone know.
Yep, that's right.
All right, and then what about grants? Have we got any new grants coming in?
We have this the American Rescue Plan grant that the first phase that we're kind of in the process of wrapping up. We're trying to focus on really what the grant money was designed for, and that is basically loss of revenue due to COVID and some infrastructure projects, and we've given out quite a bit of money to help with the water supply issues in underserved areas, and a little bit with high-speed internet, not so much, because actually we were really ahead of the game when it comes to high-speed internet in this county, because back about 4 years ago, when this high-speed internet upgrading was being talked about, we have such a good relationship with Jackson County REMC, and they're just very good people to work with. And of course, they created this sub entity of Jackson County Rural Electric called Jackson Connect. So they provided internet service to probably 2/3 of the county, and then we have Orange County REMC, who's putting in high-speed internet over the western part of the county, and then you have telemedia and mainstream. So as far as internet, we're really blessed. You can have the beauty of living in a nice rural setting and basically stay at home and work if that's if your job requires that. With the high-speed internet, you can basically work from home in a lot of cases, and we probably got as good of internet coverage as any rural county in the state of Indiana, and in large part due to Jackson County REMC.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. All right, which I know comes in very handy for sure. All right, do we have any new projects coming up for the new year, or anything that we can find out about?
Well, we've got a project that was kind of unexpected. There's always problems, and this one reared its ugly head. We've had some ground lightning issues out at the jail, and when I say the jail, actually there are 3 separate. It's all one building that's connected. Everybody knows that, but you've got the original part of the jail, you've got the new addition of the jail, and then back in 18 we completed the new Justice Center. And when you've got facilities like that has been built onto and built onto over the course of, I think they started the original jail back there in about 84, I believe. So over time, and really, I don't want to point fingers at any past people who have been in where I'm sitting or anything, but it's easy to do. Things kind of get lost in the shuffle, and we're finding that we got some lightning issues out there, but we can, we've got a company coming in that's going to make sure everything's grounded properly and get that taken care of. But those are just some of the things that things come up unexpected, and it's no different than if you own your own home. You think everything's in good shape, and then all of a sudden, the water heater went out. So it's part of it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and that's it's interesting to know that, and it's good information, and and it's being addressed and will be taken care of for sure.
Yep.
All right, and then of course, some of the other things that like the fairgrounds. I guess everything's kind of in just right now, kind of closed up for the winter, and then be ready for the fair in the spring and summer.
Yeah. In fact, they had a great year last year.
Yes.
Due to COVID and everybody in 2020 kind of being somewhat on lockdown, we had a record year, or they did, I should say.
No, it's we. You're part of the county. It's a we.
Yeah, but I want to give credit to the fair board. We've got a great fair board, and they all work very hard, and it's an unpaid position, and they put countless hours in themselves, and they get things done, and we got a real good group, and a lot of them have been there for several years, and they know the do's and the don'ts, and we should be very proud of our county fair. Like I say, we had a great banner year, record year last year, so we're hoping for good things this year.
Absolutely. I think it was something we all needed. We were all ready for that. And it was done very well. Everybody that had an event, I'm of course with the baby contest, and, we were very careful and the way we handled things, we were given instruction and directions of what to do. And then of course, there was hand sanitizer everywhere. There was washing hand stations everywhere. And of course, I think it was done well, very well.
Yeah.
So
I think they went out of their way to take extra precautions, like you say, the hand washing stations, and a lot of this due to this COVID, it's just using some common sense,
Right. And we are back to, on this date, reminding people that to wash hands, and I guess we got a little relaxed on that, but now that our county actually was red last week, we haven't got the new color yet, but they're back to saying, make sure you wash your hands and stay home if you're sick, and, mask up. So it's definitely, and as a commissioner, I'm sure that's a concern too, that you have.
Oh yeah. We try to keep track of the numbers, and hopefully we won't have to shut any buildings down, because I think as time has gone on after we went through 2020, a lot of people changed their habits, and they're washing their hands more and paying more attention to what they do, and it's been a positive thing, because maybe we all needed to wash our hands more often,
Right. And we've also realized that having that perfect attendance is not it's not a star in the refrigerator. It's not a banner thing, Sometimes if you don't feel well, stay home. Yeah. So I think more businesses have really been, I guess, more understanding with their employees. I think it's been, and I think that's something that, years ago, maybe, we're not as generous or as kind on some of that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you calling in, and we just needed to get some information, and I want to wish you a happy new year. Todd Ewen, our commissioner here for Washington County, and we're excited to see. And of course, right now we got some sunshine coming out. Looks like they are talking some snow later on. So this is the and of course, we've got plenty of salt, and give us some information about that. Our trucks and everything ready for whatever winter brings for us.
Yeah, we've got a good supply, and availability should be pretty good. Of course, this could change pretty quick. We do have a contract. We go through the state of Indiana, and go down to Jeffersonville and get the salt. And we did run into a little problem last year, kind of a who's in line first situation, but we had stockpiled enough. Rick Boyles he was on top of that, and he does a great job for us, and making sure that we've got all the salt, sand, and of course the lime that goes with that. That's what we put on the roads is a concoction of equal parts, 1/3 salt, 1/3 sand, and 1/3 real fine coarse lime for traction. So it's been a pretty good recipe for us over the years. That it is a little bit of a problem. You have to be a little bit careful, because a lot of it does stay on the road, and if you come up to an intersection, you keep in mind if you're going too fast, you're going to slide a little bit, even if the roads aren't slick due to the material that's left on the road. But part of it. So I would just tell people, I have to tell myself this a lot too, just slow down a little bit, okay?
We try to remind people of that too, and allow extra time to get to your destination wherever you're going, and be careful out there. Yeah, and of course we did have some snow and some slick roads just last week, and everybody had to be reminded of how to drive.
Yeah.
Nice little reminder. But last year we had a banner record. Of course, see, I like to go sledding, so and I love to go. We love to sled. So we had a really good time doing that, and I was very happy with that. My sledding adventures, I got to get in, and I even got to build a snowman. So I did have a wonderful winter, but looks like it could possibly another one like that. So I guess time will tell.
That's right.
Yeah. So just good to know for our county, we are prepared in the roads, and reminding everybody too that there again, I just always like to remind everybody we have a lot of roads in this county. So on the trucks, they are getting there and they are doing a great job. And when you see one of them, I can't say enough, because they're out 2, 3, 4 in the morning, they're hitting it hard, and we don't know that a lot of times. We wake up and it's just there. It's like magic.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So hats off to them and all the drivers that do that. And of course, we know that can be dangerous for their end too, so
Sure it is.
when they are out. So, Todd, thank you so much for calling in this morning, and we appreciate all the commissioners do for our county, and keep up the great work. And let's get back together next month, and maybe you bring on our new director for our ambulance service, and we'll get to meet her.
That'd be great, and appreciate you, Becky, and all you do for the community. Thank you.
Well, thank you. All right, take care.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Monday.
Bye.
All right, that's our Commissioner Todd Ewing. They do a great job, and that's a lot. I don't think people realize what all goes on behind the scenes. I mean, they go to meetings after meetings after meetings. Each one of them, they all three, have to, and then they come back after going to all those meetings and report to each other, and then that's just a lot. But anyway, hats off to them, and good to keep up with our county and what all is going on. So exciting, glad to find out. So
Absolutely.
and I think it's going to be great for our courthouse. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Get rid of those air conditioners. That does make me excited.
Yeah, for sure.
I love seeing our courthouse.
We got a beautiful courthouse.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy we're taking care of her. For sure. All right, Laura, a little bit of information also. You know how we like to give information out. Over the weekend, with the I wanted to ask you, because you and I, we're already on to the 10th day, so we're 10 days into the new year. One thing that you and I kind of spoke of, we didn't really make New Year's resolutions.
No.
Because we weren't going to do that. We're not going to put the pressure on ourselves.
No.
But we did talk about actually making more time and doing self-care.
Yes.
And kind of that. So how's that going for you so far?
It's probably not going too well. I worked all weekend.
Okay.
We have a lot of staff that have become COVID positive.
Oh.
So I've been filling in some holes and just doing what you have to do to make sure the residents are taken care of. I beg people, please do what you can for our community. Try to help us to get out of the red.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's difficult. We all want to move on.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to move past COVID more than healthcare workers, and
Oh.
especially those residents and patients. They don't want to have to deal with this anymore.
Right.
So, if you're looking for a job, come see us. We have housekeeping. We have dietary. We can find something.
And I saw, I'll share it to my page. I meant to do that yesterday. Also, you're looking for a bus driver too.
Yes, at Salem Crossing, they
Awesome,
are
yeah.
looking for a bus
Yeah.
driver. There's all kinds of different
Opportunities.
positions
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
There's nice sign-on bonuses. Pays decent.
Mhm.
Come check it out. If it's a very challenging career choice, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, heroes over there.
absolutely,
Yeah.
I've done it 20 years, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Right. Well.
But yeah, just remember when you go out, do your part. If you don't feel good, stay home. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Help us to get out of this red, so our residents can start going on outings again and things. You know, when we go red, that stops. They don't get to go to Walmart. They don't get to go out to the restaurants, even though they're vaccinated. So,
Well, those are good.
it
good
takes
food for
everyone
thought. Yeah.
to get to red, and it's going to take everyone to get out of it.
Exactly. And you know, there's options. You know, you have groceries you can pick up. You know what I mean? You can do that. We have drive-through pharmacies. We have, I mean, there's things that we can do,
Yes.
you know, and
Yes.
also we have a lot of our local churches and families that will help each other out, you know, so
Absolutely.
we live in a wonderful and a giving community
Yes.
for sure.
If you live in Washington County, you live in an amazing community that's
Yeah.
always willing to help.
Definitely. And segues right into real quick, I'm going to kind of go over to the warming station.
Yes.
And I love that. It's a First Christian Church.
Mhm.
It's open on nights whenever it gets so cold. They offer coffee, hot chocolate, and also if you need to plug your phone in or your phone charger.
Blankets. They have
Blankets, yeah. So
all kinds of
gloves, mittens,
hand
and
warmers, hats.
yeah,
I mean,
so
they had all
that's a huge
kinds
one.
of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
well, Laura. So I appreciate that report on
Yeah, a little bit
on
of
lounging,
everything.
but
Yeah. Did you get
okay.
self-care?
Oh no. I'm with you.
You were with
yeah.
basketball games.
Yeah, I was gonna say
know
working
exactly
it.
what
Yeah,
you're doing.
yeah. So no, right? Yeah, I'm worked, but anyway, they took a poll of 5,000 Americans and asked if they feel guilty of taking a full day to do nothing. Okay, according to the new poll, most Americans don't feel guilty. 58% said they feel good after taking a day off. 42% said they feel guilty. 42% said they feel guilty. You'd think that we're at the age where we feel more guilty about it because of the less time to waste. But it's actually the opposite. According to the new poll, the older you are, the less likely you are to feel guilty.
Huh.
Well, maybe because you have wisdom and you realize.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
36% of people over 45 said they feel bad if they take a day off, compared to 53% under 25. People between 18 and 24 are the only group more likely to feel guilty than good about taking a full day off. I don't, and I'm not complaining. I'm only explaining. I don't take a day off, but I like, and if I have a moment, like just a downtime moment, I get scared that I'm missing something. Is there something that I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not doing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then usually there's something, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like when it's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Every time.
It's
Every time.
Is there something I'm not doing that I need to be doing?
Where am I supposed to be? Because
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I know that this was not gonna. I know that there's not gonna be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I know they're not gonna be downtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that too. Over the weekend too, we did lose Bob Saget, and he was actually found passed away in his hotel room yesterday.
Is that?
Remember, he was on Full House.
Yes,
yeah,
Fuller House.
Yeah, Fuller House.
Yes,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah, was it Danny? Yeah. What was Uncle Jesse?
Yeah.
And
Joey.
Joey. That's
Joey.
it. Yeah.
And Danny. Yes.
Yeah.
Danny was the dad of DJ and Michelle. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Danny.
Yeah.
He hosted the TV Good Morning or Wake Up San Francisco.
Cisco. Oh my goodness,
yes.
he did with Becky.
With Becky.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. And then also, let's go on. Remember, did he not do America's Funniest Videos?
Yes,
Remember that
he
too? He hosted that.
He did. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what a wonderful career. Yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah, it is.
Very, very sad.
65.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
But I'm thinking he had some sort of throat cancer or something at one point.
I think you might be right. Look at you. Yeah, I could not remember that. I couldn't. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll find out more information on that.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but he did. Yeah, and I like Full House.
Yeah. I used to watch it as a child.
Absolutely.
I remember that.
He always would come in. He was the more sensible, the wisdom, right?
Yes. Very much so.
There's a method to this madness. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, okay, a little bit of information on Monday. This and we're on to the 10th day of January, and a little more than a month we'll be celebrating Valentine's Day. So the CEO that owns Tinder and Match.com and OkCupid said he's never been on an online date. So even though he owns the company, the CEO is part of the company, he's never done that.
Huh.
Okay.
I wonder if he thinks it doesn't work.
Yeah. I I don't know. Yeah, put your money where your mouth is, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Starbucks goes through an estimated of 6 billion coffee cups per year.
Oh, I can see that.
I can see that too. Although, so then, if that's the case, then I wonder about our all famous, my favorite coffee, McDonald's.
Ooh.
Which, Laura, we are doing a special promotion with McDonald's. I'm loving it. We're going to be giving away breakfast, and we're actually going to have breakfast here on Coffee Club. One of their, so that'll be fun, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so coffee, and they have all of those great morning breakfasts. Yeah.
Blueberry
muffin, the cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
That just.
They have an apple fritter.
Yes, exactly. So here's what we need. Yeah. So that morning, okay, just set me over here with a cup of coffee, a large cup of coffee, which I love their coffee. That's that is my. You know how like when a dog does well, they get a bone.
Absolutely.
Okay. When somebody does something, I'm thinking like a seal, they throw a ball to, or a fish tube, maybe a killer whale or something, they throw a fish tube. That is when I get my McDonald's coffee.
Absolutely.
That you did something good today, Becky.
You deserve this coffee.
That's right. And I'm loving it. Anyway, so have that and a cinnamon roll over here, maybe two.
Yeah.
We don't judge each other, do we, Laura?
No.
We do not judge each other on food. And I just think,
Absolutely. Day in her day.
How productive I'd be that morning, right? Oh, what a morning. I would get everything done, right? When I get things done.
I want a blanket.
Yeah, but that is true. Oh, yeah. I probably wouldn't be any good afterwards, right? No.
That's okay, though.
We would have a good day, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we are going to be doing that. We are going to be actually giving away some breakfast items. And we're going to be having them with you. We're going to be having some breakfast items or two. A little for you, a little for us.
Sure,
Well, it's hard to talk about something if it's not in your hand, right? I mean, you can sit there and we can describe it and talk about it. Yeah. So, So McDonald's, I'm loving it. So, yeah.
Yay.
Sounds good.
That's awesome.
So we're going to have a fun time coming ahead of us. And McDonald's is kicking off their wonderful breakfast menu. So run through the drive-through. And they are wonderful. Yeah, for sure. Also, another poll, 39% of people say they still have their holiday decoration up. Remember last week we talked about getting that tree down?
Yes.
39% said they have they still have their decorations up. 18% said they haven't put anything away. 21% said they started putting things away but haven't finished it yet. So when you break it down, the region, those living in the South are most likely to have taken down their decorations, probably because of the warmer temperatures.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But in the North, hey, yeah.
Let us have.
That's exactly right. Well, and when you and I both have it's whatever makes you feel the best. Now, if it is a real tree, it's a fire hazard, so get it down. You know what I mean? The Day brothers will get after us. Our fire chiefs.
That could get ugly.
Yeah, our fire chief is saying, please take down the trees.
It's time.
Yeah, if they're real. But if they're artificial, there's nothing wrong. And I talked to a lady the other day. She was taking down her Christmas decorations and putting up Valentine's decorations. And then remember we talked about that. Then you'd go into St. Patrick's Day, and then you go into Easter. I mean, you got some beautiful trees you can do. So have fun with it. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's like those ducks or geese.
You said you're one in here, Becky.
You
should.
Maybe. Okay, Laura. Maybe we should. Now, don't you have a son that dresses the ducks or the goose?
Yes.
Yeah. What is it? A goose or a duck?
They're gooses.
Gooses.
Yeah.
Geese.
Whatever. Yeah.
So now
they still have Mr. and Mrs. Claus on at the moment.
Okay, all right.
Some kind of froze. We took them off, and we didn't want to tear them out. We did try.
We're
But
gonna
he
leave
actually
this.
has referee outfits for them.
How cute! That's
for
perfect for
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl. Oh my
So, yes.
goodness!
Give us let the ducks
Warm up. Well, it was 40 today, so maybe they'll warm up a little
if
bit.
they warm up enough, we can get them unfroze.
I'm gonna drive by to see.
Swap them out.
I think I'll love the black and white.
Oh, they're cute.
I mean, if you have a little whistle, they need a little
Yes,
whistle.
they have a little whistle.
Totally. All right, now
They have hats and a little whistle that
Okay.
hangs down.
I'm totally jealous. And then, of course, then after that, then
I don't know that I have St. Patrick's.
well, all
Day.
we have to do is put a green and a lucky charm on them, or a lucky. What is it?
I know
Four-leaf
that they
clover.
have Easter. They have bunnies.
Oh, how cute.
They're super
Little bunny
cute.
ears.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then
4th of July.
They have 4th of July. They have Uncle Sam outfits.
I love that. Oh,
And then for fall they have scarecrow outfits.
how cute.
And then they have turkeys, and then we're back to Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're getting
Is it hard
ready
to dress one of those?
No.
Okay. Well, I know they don't move.
It's-
I mean, I mean that, but I mean,
it's
like,
just
is it,
Velcro.
Oh,
but
it's
when
Velcro's
it's
on
Velcro.
I didn't know if you had to put their feet through it. You know what I mean, like pick them up because they're heavy, aren't they?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
super heavy.
Okay,
They're
so you
concrete.
just leave them
Yeah,
stationary
no,
and you
they
just
stay right where they are.
Okay. Well, I was scared. I was afraid.
No, we never like to got them where they are.
I can only imagine. Yeah. But I think it's awesome. Yeah, I think that's cool. Yay. Well, so we'll be ready for those black and white outfits.
Absolutely.
For sure.
We're ready for it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Laura, thanks for coming and hanging out. Let's remind everybody, we don't want to nag. We just want to remind everybody, very, very passionate. We care about, I was thinking about this, when you live in a community and somebody gets sick or a family member, and it doesn't even have to be a bloodline family. We still feel for that family.
Absolutely.
We're part of that. We hurt. We feel sad. We pray for them, and it is something that's very. There's a lot of people that are going through a lot right now,
Absolutely.
and we just want you to know that our concerns here today are to hopefully maybe put a smile on your face, but that's we hope to do. Also give you some great information, and that was where our commissioner came in to find out a little bit more about our county and things that are going on, but also to that we're here and that we are feeling for you, and also that let's do the best we can do to get where we want a little bit more away from this.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
washing hands, staying home when you're sick, masking up, using drive-through, using grocery pickup. We're very blessed that we have all that. So that's wonderful. And of course with school, tonight's school board meeting, we'll revisit some of our school plans, and see where we're at with some of that. But also, what a blessing. We have e-learning, we have virtual days.
Yes.
So that's such a blessing that those are put into place.
Yeah.
You have the technology and the information and everything going on. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. And I know there will be even more coming down the pipe. They're having the big technology convention up in Vegas, and they're rolling out all kinds of new stuff. So it's going to be, hopefully,
Exciting.
exciting and working better, for the people. And we know a lot of people actually work at home.
Absolutely.
So a lot of companies have done that for sure. So, but Laura, thanks for coming in on this Monday, hanging out with me. Stay warm, 40 degrees. I'm ready for the warm up, aren't you?
Me too. My toes are ready. My toes are
Oh,
froze.
I could not get and that's the worst when you can't get your feet warm.
I stay cold.
I know. I absolutely could not get my feet warm, and I'm like, this is insane, Yeah. It is awful. It's horrible. it's horrible. Yeah. All right, let's thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Skyline Suites, Dr. Blackside Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Pearly Wealth Management.
Okay. Thank you to everyone. Have a wonderful Monday, Laura.
Happy Monday.
Thank you.
See Celebrity Home Loans in Salem, where everyone gets treated like a star. Come experience the star treatment with us. You'll never go back to the ordinary home loan experience again. Stop in today and see Dennis Baxter, branch manager of the Salem office, to start working on a new home loan or refinancing today. They've served nearly 50,000 families with over $15 billion in loans. Stop in and see Dennis and his staff. They're ready to work with you today. As a star, you expect the best, and that's all Celebrity Home Loans has to offer. Nothing off the rack. We're talking fine living, designer fashion home loans around here. Come by today and see Dennis or Autumn at 18 Public Square, Suite A, or call for an appointment. 812-883-0670. Remember, at Celebrity Home Loans, you're the star.
There are many reasons to choose Skyline Suites Assisted Living. The number one reason, it feels like home. At Skyline Suites, we offer a fresh approach with compassionate care which allows you as much independence or assistance as you want. When you begin to think about assisted living, there are many questions like how much it costs and how long you have to commit. Skyline Suites in Salem offers affordable living with no contract. We're truly unlike anything else. Schedule a tour with me, Ryan, by calling 812-320-3761.
Court is back in session, where the judge wears stripes, and both teams are ready for a heated debate. No objections, no filibusters here. Only fast-paced, in-your-face basketball. Catch all the action right here on the IU Sports Network from Learfield.
Dr. Mindy Gunn invites you to her new high-tech office in Salem at 1350 South Jackson Street. Her office is a part of Dr. Brad Black's Eye Associates, regarded as one of the leading eye care centers in the United States. The combined practice, eye doctors and surgeons have helped thousands of people enjoy better vision. Dr. Mindy Gunn is committed to excellence because the people from Kentuckiana turn to her for answers, and patients turn to Dr. Gunn for the best eye care